situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Indianapolis Colts and the New York Jets. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
Let's go now.
Throwing to start the drive. McGinnis. They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
And sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Got a man. It's complete to Jelani Woods. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down. Off the play fake. McGinnis. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. This defense for the Jets, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down. McGinnis. He'll get this complete to Jalen Rager. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sent back at the 38. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
That one goes for 30 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
They'll run here with Taylor. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Here's Taylor again. But he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw up for a loss.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved up the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Wilson, that's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Wilson and Moore there for a Jets first. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Open man is Uzama. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play.
Ready. Lock it.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. The Jets at 2-3 here to begin the new season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Hall again. Room here to run. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
On second down, a run with Hall.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He gets it underneath to Hall.
And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
Now the Jets will call on a field goal unit here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
There, you painted the picture perfectly there, all the things that have gone on. And the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they're...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT.
Play action. Now Wilson steps away. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Second down at 5. On the counter, it's Hall.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off.
And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this time.
Touchdown! Denzel Mims. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Jets are able to add on to their first half lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Throwing on 1st down. McGinnis. Over the middle, it's complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try waiting to the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Hauled in over the middle by Rager. And he's going to have a first down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28.
On first down, McGinnis.
Look at end zone, and he's got his man. It's Woods. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
A great play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Colts are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there. A well-executed series helps reestablish some confidence in him to run this offense.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Flush to his right, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. It's Wilson. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll run with Hall. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
On first down, right back to Hall.
Ooh, with a juke. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 64 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll go again with Hall.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 21. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. From the 17, Wilson sliding out of the pocket. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10.
Wilson smart to take off and run with it as he's able to pick up the first.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise them with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year.
And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken in at the 3. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Throwing to start the drive. McGinnis. And Woods has it complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Operating from the gun, McGinnis
has this complete to Woods.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Back to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick-6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. McGinnis. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Levante David. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But Brandon,
back now here at MetLife Stadium. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. They'll get this to about the 38.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. McGinnis. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
It was Kwity Paye who made the stop coming off the edge. Ball again on second down.
And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 and the 34.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is going to have a Jets first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. A give running right is Hall. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 95 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Hall again.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Breece Hall
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Jets are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On 1st and 10, McGinnis.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
On the draw is Taylor.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. Throwing on 1st down. McGinnis. And now here's another interception.
And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago,
And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Jets, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they can't quite